Hey everyone, it's Summer with AstariaSen, and I'm back doing another video for the Gratitude Tarot Challenge. If you are new here, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. I do some tarot stuff, I do some faith stuff, I do some spiritual stuff, so if you're interested in any of that. I also do Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays with a great group of ladies. Um, Anyway, so today I'm doing several days in a row because I wasn't able to do things over the weekend. So this challenge is 7 days of Gratitude Tarot Challenge brought to you by Science to Soul Tarot with Jen. And I will leave a link to her video down in the description. I'm pretty sure you can just start anytime you want. Do 7 days of Grateful Tarot in a row and kind of see where it leads you. I have been very fascinated with this challenge so far and very both impressed and surprised with myself. um, and what this has done, because normally, you're like, oh yeah, I'm grateful for my life and I'm grateful I woke up and I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that, but you don't put a lot of thought into it. And that's what this challenge is about, is putting the thought there, and the tarot, using the tarot to help you put that thought there. So in this video, and I'll try to keep it as short as possible, as most of you know who do follow me regularly, thanks for coming back, by the way, I don't do extensively long videos often. So I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. Bear with me. I do love this challenge though. I really do. So I'm going to do day 2, day 3, and day 4, and then I'll pull a card for day 5. Day 2, I got the 4 of Swords, which I showed you guys in my last gratitude, and this is a very interesting card. So I wrote down some things to discuss. So 4 of Swords, I did talk about it being foundation based. Okay, and it's 4, so it's balanced, and you have the rose and you have the swords, and she is resting, right? So here's some of the things that I came up with for my gratitude. So even though I had to be out at the property for the weekend because I've been doing a lot of work on my property. We own like 320 acres outside of Casper, outside of my city. But we're doing fencing. We've already built the house out there. We're doing the interior of the house. We're working on the yard part of the house. We're working on keeping cows out. It's just a lot of work, okay? A lot of hard manual labor. But anyways, so even though a lot of work needs to be done out on the property, it's also away from city life and the busyness and the technology and stuff like that. So you're not bombarded with that all the time. There's a restfulness, a peacefulness that comes outside of technology and outside of actual bustling city life. There's more of a slower pace when you're out there, like an at ease kind of thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. The birds, aren't in a rush to move out of the way of a car or something like that. They'll sit on a branch and just tweet at you or something like that, There's also a resting. So this card, it has a lot about resting. Even though she has a sword available to her and a rose available to her, both are reminders of being grateful for a way to think things through, because swords are about thought process, right? That fighting spiritual, or not necessarily spiritually, but in your own head even. So the swords are left alone, even though she's holding one. Like, the ability to still fight is there, but there's also the rose. I can think things through, but I can also stop and rest and smell some roses, which is interesting because I'm growing roses here at the house. They are growing and they do smell lovely. I just smelled them recently. But I'm also grateful for the stability that I have in order for this card to be an option for me, to rest, to relax, to smell the roses, without that overwhelming push. You know what I mean? So, and it keeps me sane. That keeps me sane. Being able to just stop, being able to be out of the property, being, even though I don't always like the tediousness of the stability of the house and all the responsibilities. I can rest from it by going out to the property, and the stability of what we do here in the city makes that rest outside at the property possible. So I am extremely grateful for that. So the next card that I pulled was for day 3, and it was the 6 of Swords. Yes, I think the swords are stalking me, guys. They are totally stalking me. So this is an interesting card, right? She's got some stuff that she's carrying, some stuff that's bound down here. This is a baggage card, okay? So yeah, like I said, I know that the swords are stalking me. So even though this card shows the walking away, the leaving things behind and stuff like that, for me right now, it's about more, I think, of a friend that I used to know. We were friends for about 6 years, and in the last 2 years, 2 years ago, we had a falling out, and it was pretty bad. Like, not like we fought bad, but it was bad enough on her end that she caused some problems with me as a person and with me as a business. We had a business together. She shut her side of it down. She completely just kind of fell off the grid. She blocked me, all sorts of craziness. And I don't know why. I'll be honest, I don't know why, but I carry that baggage with me because I worry. I worry about her because I care about her. I worry about her because I loved her. She was my best friend for 6 years. We did everything together. It was just like having another significant other, only she was a best friend instead of an actual lover. But we did everything together. We shopped together. We grocery shopped together. We helped each other with bills, those kinds of things. And we had the business together. So anyways, I carry this baggage of the last 2 years with me. And she's an artist too. She's a sculptor. She does polymer clay sculpting, and I do polymer clay sculpting. And during this process, I often would hold myself back and not do as well as her because she needed the money. I had another job. I was an editor at the time. I was an author at the time. I had another job that I had money, and I have a significant other who supports me really well. So I often held myself back and did events with her just to support her. I would have my pieces at the event, don't get me wrong, and I would pay my part of the event costs, but I wanted her to succeed. And because that friendship has ended, I've had to learn how to be grateful for that ending of that friendship, because even though I lost something, I gained something as well. By her leaving the friendship, I was able to grow significantly as an artist. Like, I didn't even realize how much of an artist I could grow into until she walked away. And I carry that baggage. I still check up on her and stuff like that, and I'm trying not to. I'm working on it. It's a process, honestly. But let's see. Let's look at my notes. I'm grateful that it happened. I'm not grateful all the time for the pain, and I still hurt sometimes, but I am grateful that she was there. I'm grateful that I had 6 years with her and I learned things from her, even about myself. And because she left, I was able to grow as a person and as an artist. And even though it makes me a little sad, I am grateful for that, even if it was painful. So I think that's what it's telling me, is to kind of let go of that and be grateful for what I had, but to continue moving forward. So this was a good card for me, and I can understand why swords are following me around. All right, and then I pulled the Two of Cups. Now this one was kind of hard for me. Like, you would think the Two of Cups would be easy to be grateful for, right? But I like looking at more than just the positive aspects of things. Everything has a good and a bad. Everything. Including these cards, they have reverse meanings, right? So I want to look at both. So in the positive meaning, right, the Two of Cups, you're looking at usually like a new relationship. It's definitely about love and stuff like that. So it's definitely about newness and stuff like that. I think this for me is being grateful. I've been with my guy for 10 years. We are just starting to create our life out on the property. And I think that that's where that newness and that love, it's the reaffirming of our relationship, the realigning of our likes, the ability to communicate better, because we don't have technology and everything bombarding us out at the property. We have to communicate because we're just each other out there, right? So I think that's reaffirming our relationship. It's reaffirming our thoughts, our love, everything else. I think that's what this card is trying to tell me, is to be grateful for that. But also, and here's where the reverse aspect comes in, because if this was a reverse card, it would be talking about my self-love, right? So here's where my reverse part comes in. And like I said, I enjoy looking at the reverse part. So I'll let you look at this card real quick while I talk. Basically, when I'm looking at this in reverse, I'm looking at it deeper than what I originally intended to go through. And sometimes it can be hard to love, especially if it's yourself and aspects of yourself, loving the different aspects of who you are. Now, it's easy to love the good stuff. It's easy to love the fact that, yeah, I'm a mom, awesome, and I'm a teacher, and I'm a lover, and I'm a friend, and everything else. But I'm more than that, right? I'm a person, and I'm complicated. I am also an enemy. I am also a villain in someone else's story. I'm a sinner. I'm not always a good person. Okay? So I have to look at those aspects as well and see how my gratefulness can come in for that. And this is what I came up with. I'm grateful that I can be a villain and that I can be an enemy. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it, but I have the option available to me. If my kids get in trouble, I can be somebody's enemy real fast. I'm there for them. And mama comes out and she's like, no, this is not happening. And if that makes me your enemy, that's your problem, not mine. So that enemy aspect, that villain aspect serves a purpose, and I'm grateful for that purpose. I'm grateful that I can be even a villain in my children's life, because let's face it, when you're a kid growing up, you don't want mom telling you what to do, and you're like, what a drag, you know, you're the villain. You become this villain or this problem in their life. And I'm okay with that. I'm grateful that I can be the villain. I'm not their best friend. I am there to teach them. They are there to learn and grow. And when they leave my house, I want them to be able to live. I want them to know that they can do it. And if that means I'm a villain in their life sometimes, I'm okay with that. And I'm grateful I can be a villain in their life sometimes. I'm grateful I don't have to be their best friend. I'm grateful I'm okay and love myself enough to love them enough. So there's that as well. Let's see. I don't think, yeah, that's about all I had for this card. So that's pretty interesting. I've definitely looked way deeper than I ever thought I would. So I'm really happy with that. All right, so let's pull day 5. Let's see if the swords are still stalking me. I'm still using the Crystal Visions Tarot, by the way. Yeah. Do a quick shuffle. Let's see. Day 5, gratitude. What can I be grateful for day 5? What do I need to look at? What do I need to look into? My gratefulness. What should I be looking at today? Oh, they don't really want to jump out very well, so kind of might have to just like spread them out. It'll be quicker that way. They don't spread very well either, though. So, all right. Oh, that's interesting. I got the Page of Wands. So I don't connect to pages very well. I don't usually get wands very often. Wands are passion, creativity, stuff like that. Your fire, your inner fire, right? So let's see. That must be, pages are generally messages. So we will see what today's gratitude message brings me. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if you want to do this challenge, feel free to participate. It is a hashtag. It's the Gratitude Tarot Challenge by Science to Soul Tarot with Jen. You guys have a very great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.